Well, hello there, people with the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part my Let's Play Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. In the previous episodes, we started our game up again after beating it already, and we're now getting our way towards the good ending. We've written a poem for everybody the first time, and now we're writing a poem for everybody for the second time. So we're on the first save here. We're on this one, so I have to write a poem for Sayori here. Flower. Clumsy. Oh, not journey. I already written a perfect poem, so I don't need to write a perfect one for them. Happiness. Which one does scars apply? Why does scars apply to Sayori? I mean, yeah, but I would have thought it would apply to Yuri more. But okay. I mean, like, I guess, like, metaphorically it applies to Sayori, but literally it applies to Yuri. But still. I'm pretty sure this is a Natsuki word. Yep. Whistle? Oh. That's Yuri, and that's also Yuri, but Yuri is awesome. So, that's a Sayori poem. Actually, I'll skip all the way and see if it is actually a Sayori poem. Oh yeah, that cookie flying in the room. Yeah, okay. That's good. Save it on there. Load it up. Then here we write a poem for Yuri. I don't... Oh, contamination. There we go. I was about to say, I don't even see any Yuri words, but... I have portrait, of course. Oh yeah, whoops. Secretive. Philosophy. Yeah, fantasy. That has nothing to do with Natsuki. Imagination. Extreme. Judgment. After image of a crimson eye. Vivacious. Vertigo. Oh yeah. Determination. Variance. Whatever that word means. And then... Oh yeah, suicide is also a Yuri word. Save that on there. Load this one up. And then... Oh yeah, a Natsuki thing. No? I have so much trouble with Natsuki's words, it's ridiculous. Strawberry is one. Email is one. Blanket, yes. Okay. Poof is one. Dazzle? Oh, okay. Parfait is obviously one. Okay, fireworks isn't one. Bunny is one for sure. Kawaii is one for sure. Oh, no, why the hell did I do that? Of course... Muse... Oh. You know what? I'll just load it up again. I've already messed it up a bit. Lipstick is one. Party is a Sayori word. Strawberry is Natsuki. Kawaii is Natsuki. cute as well. Blanket. Passion is Yuri. Hair is Natsuki. Sugar is also Natsuki. Vanilla as well. Pink, obviously. Raindrops. Oh, that is Yuri, okay. Headphones. Parfait, of course. Just looking at the other words a bit. Because then I can listen to the song longer. That's your... Oh no, it's not. Okay. Unstable? Oh, that's Yuri somehow. Yeah, well, that's not really her fault. The only part where she becomes unstable is when Monika decides to do things about it. Heartbeats? Okay. Games. Alright, let's skip until we get to the Natsuki parts. There we go. Save it on that. We'll start with the Sayori thing. Oh, Mark! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up? Me and Monika were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monika, we'll be back soon. Oh, are you going with Mark to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Mark? Yep, let's go. Yeah, I remember this one from Blue Skies. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind Sayori. As Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest of things sometimes. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monika have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Oh, is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. Mark, you're not thinking about it in the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem you like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know? I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast for your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around the hallway. Hey Mark, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this, but in the end she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight into the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand too. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading their color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find— Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Oh, I dropped one by accident. Smack! Ah! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls onto the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow! You okay? My forehead! Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori, that's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori, but it hurts. Just do it for a second. Yeah, this picture. And then with the fucking apple juice in a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs aside. Ow! Sorry! There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Mark, where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do? You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn, even wincing from the pain. Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it will be used as an ice pack, but rather than to drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom from where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop the crayons back into the box. At least they were all in the wrong spots before I spilled— They were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. Yeah. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens up the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it. It'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey Mark, this kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? You of growing up, doesn't it? What do you mean? You know, how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, don't you remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Mark, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Mark, I'm so glad that nothing has changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling we'll each end up for... What? Oh no, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside, that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me want to not disturb her. It makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monika, you know? Good luck with that, she's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Huh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff! Calm down, Sayori, I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Haha, sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Mark. Ah, well, Sayori... I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share up your poems? Guess you should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Alright, who should have shown posters? Monika. Skip. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. Yeah, that's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me, every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? Well, technically, because the game didn't give an option, but no, it's nothing like that, Monika, as long as you don't go full psychopath and murder everybody. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, skip. And then Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Mark. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming for you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Yeah, The Raccoon. And then Natsuki. Well, it's not really any worse from your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me sometime. Or someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Oh, you think so? Yeah. Well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long, so you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary, but think of it this way: if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away, like letting go of a balloon. You could say that we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. There we go, Amy likes spiders. I finally got to see it this time. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everybody thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people should really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah? She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding her words. I guess you should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday, but the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, maybe. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she will appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Alright, and then Sayori. Mark, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Huh? No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something, but I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're really a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure, even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Huh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe? Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Mark? Will you give me your poem? I kinda want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Exclamation point. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. Ah! I broke my pencil! Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she drops. But being attentive of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still have to read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Yeah, oh yeah, the bottles one. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this? Oh yeah, no, this is the same. And then we all talk about the festival. Oh yeah, then we all start to present for the first time. Okay, and then we'll save. Yeah, this is Sayori's save. We'll save there. I guess we will still walk home with Sayori? You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Mark. You think about me too much sometimes. You would deserve it if she wanted it. If you wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird to think for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Okay, that's the same. And then that is that one. Okay, oh, whoops. And this is Yuri's one. We can skip everything here because we've already watched all of this. Yeah, and then this is with Yuri, and then we go to fetch the water thing, and then we sit on the floor, and then we do the chocolate thing, and then we can also skip all of this because we've already read all of this. We can actually read Natsuki's poem, even though because we didn't write a perfect poem for Yuri this time. Oh no, never mind. Was that always like that? I don't know. But it wasn't even a perfect poem for Yuri. Or whatever. It doesn't matter. We've already seen Sayori's. We've already seen Natsuki's other poems in the other timeline on my other save, so it's completely fine. It doesn't matter. And then we'll do Yuri. There, save there. Loads. And then Natsuki. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah, don't worry, I kept my promise. I pull out the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know? I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know? That's not true. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? I love how with Yuri and with Sayori, it's always suggestion. Like Yuri, of course, especially with Yuri, she very, very timidly suggested the reading and stuff. And with Sayori, she also asked me like, hey, would you like to come to the classroom or whatever? And just like all match. And with Natsuki, I didn't even get it wasn't even a suggestion. She just fucking shoved the thing in my face and now we're reading it. Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So, you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. Ah, that chapter ended with Minori and Alice... When Minori and Alice found... Monika! Natsuki's voice resonates from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up at the top of the shelf. Did you move my manga again? Ah, sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet, so I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. Ah! The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving all these back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, They're really pretty to look at when they are all lined up. Why would you want to waste that on the top shelf? Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah! The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls on the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez, no need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so I said I can do it! I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get the chair. I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. The classroom chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. En een bureaustoel die je kan draaien en er zitten wieltjes onder. En toen ging ze ook staan op een stoel. Een bureaustoel. En een bureaustoel die je kan draaien en er zitten wieltjes onder. I'm sorry. It's a Dutch comedian and it's super funny. He talks about his drunk girlfriend who stood on a chair and it turned out to be a swivel chair, and then he's like, and the swivel chair can turn around and there are wheels underneath it. And then she steps on it and he falls off she starts to dance on the swivel chair, and the swivel chair like swoops out underneath her, and she hits her head against a bookshelf or something. It's very funny. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls, that's what I just said. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly balances onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. She looks terrified. There we go. See, I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it who told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. She just looks terrified. That kind of looks like Kazuma. that face Kazuma pulls when he with those frogs or whatever. When it was, I can't remember when that was exactly. And that was during the movie when he flings his sword at I can't remember what her name was. That general from the Devil King. And then she just catches his sword like it's nothing, and he pulls her face like this, like. I can almost see up her skirt. Oh god, please don't go there. Yeah, I forced myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girl's box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey Mark, I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. Huh? But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Eh? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box. What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not. I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv. You set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. Also, like, this is... How anime do you want this to get? Yes. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Ah! The scene turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box tipples out of her hands and the books go flying. I got you! Crash! The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. Ugh. My right arm and back seriously felt the impact. Hi. Now slowly Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arms against straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not all the floor that's beneath her. Gross! A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over here? No, Monika, at this point I would just walk out with you. I was just like, alright, Monika, I know you're self-aware. Screw this noise. Let's go. I heard a loud noise. Well, you were a bit deaf then, Monika, because you should have heard a lot more, but alright. Monika suddenly peers in. Yeah. Monika, I know you're self-aware. Fuck this noise. Let's get out of here together. I already said many times that Natsuki is not the girl for me, and this just proves it. Monika! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert, so I hope you're happy. I didn't. Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monika. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monika says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no, my... Huh? I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. Oh, it must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Sob. Natsuki, are you... No! Oh, that reminds me of that... that Cashin 8 video, that Lego animation of Iron Man's new suit. Oh no, Iron Man's new car. I mean, when he, Iron Man's suit, when all the parts fly towards him, and then he made an animation where, Lego animation where that happens, and then all the suit parts break every fucking bone in his body, and then he breaks his arm and his hand and his arm and his leg, and then the other guy and then Brody, or whatever that guy's called, he walks in and is like, hey, Tony, are you okay? And then he lies on the floor in a puddle of blood, like, and then he's like, oh, I'll come back later. And then he made a sequel to that one, which was Iron Man's new car. And then the same thing happens with the car, and the exact same thing happens. All the parts just hit him, and he just completely, like, gets beaten up by the car. And then the car is, and then when he's finished, he's, like, beaten up all super heavily and stuff, and then you can't see him, he's in the car. And then he's just like, what's that guy say again? It's like, so Tony, are you okay? And then, yes. Are you crying? No. It's made me think of that. So, are you okay? Yes. Are you crying? No. I'm gonna go. Brody? Yeah? Do you think I'm cool? God, I love that animation. Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault. Actually, no, it is 100% Natsuki's fault, but okay. Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No, I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. Holy shit, wow, you're showing character, Natsuki? The fuck? I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want me to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just, every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright, well I'll just help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of the manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This will help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lips quiver. You're really nice to me. Huh? That sounds really... Yeah, it does sound really strange coming from Natsuki. I guess she does have a heart after all. I didn't expect that at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and sniffles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I can do. The next couple of minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of the books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. Hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. Haha, it's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. And think about cheering me up. If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. Yeah, I mean, like, it was already kind of like, you know, this guy made the remark, like, it's taking, when going on the other classroom with Sayori, like, oh, it's taking a tiny kid to the mall. But reading a manga with Natsuki is like reading a book with a kid, you know, where she, like, laughs and points things out. That makes me think, like, she's actually, like, a 12-year-old or something. She's surprisingly sharp, making me note a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. Yes, I'm Kazuma. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has got good taste after all. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know? I told you. Yeah. I return to my seat and slip the book into my bag. Okay, and then Monika. It's pretty good. You've been spending some time with Natsuki, haven't you? You must like your writing style. Yeah. I think it's a neat way to tell a story. I don't disagree. Natsuki's poems may be cute, but they're also meaningful. I can see why you'd be into the style. I guess that means you're not much of a fan of Yuri's poems then. I wouldn't say that. I'm not at all. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to get the good ending. Monika, relax. Yuri's poems are the best. Because Yuri is the best. I kind of like everyone's poems. That's true, but I'm sure you like some more than others, right? Like Yuri's use of complex words and symbolism, or Yuri's way of expressing happiness or sadness in a more direct way. You must have some kind of preference, don't you? It's not like it's a contest or anything. I was just curious, that's all. But anyway. Do you want to read my poem now? Oh, and this is the same. And Yuri... Are you still mad at me? Huh? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday? Because reading this poem... No, I know you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. That's really not true, you mean? Meaning when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no, Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monika wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri! Please, it makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide by that request. Oh man, that's really sad. I mean, Natsuki being angry that I like Yuri is like alright, but you know, like fucking like I said this before, the reason why I care so much more about Sayori and Yuri is because they think that they themselves are the problem. Like, Yuri thinks she's a horrible person, which is not true, and Sayori thinks she's unlikable, which is not true either. And Natsuki and Monika, at least in Blue Skies, because in Blue Skies it was Monika's issue was her parents were super overbearing and forcing her to do things that she didn't want to do, and Natsuki's problem was her dad not liking anything that she liked or whatever. So even though that, of course, both of those things are horrible, and like I don't want to make it seem like having overbearing parents or a father that abuses you is anyway less important than being depressed or having low self-esteem or whatever. I'm not trying to say that anything is worse than the other or whatever, but I very easily resonate with Sayori and Yuri because they think they turn it into themselves. They think that they are the problem, while Natsuki and Monika have an external problem. And again, I'm not trying to say that external problems are not as horrible as internal problems. I'm not trying to say that at all. But my mind just easily resonates with Sayori and Yuri because of that internal problem, because I know how that feels. I've had that problem before. I know how that feels, so therefore I'm like, oh shit. Like, fuck, man, yeah, and you're like you know, like that feeling you have, you know, like I'm sure that anybody that was in the situation that Yuri was in, or the situation that Natsuki was in Blue Skies, would resonate more with them because they have been in that situation before, and they would be like, Sayori, Natsuki, like, put a hand on her shoulder, like, I know exactly how you feel, or Monika, I know exactly how you feel, and I like, you know, like, if you've been in that situation and you see them in this situation too, you automatically start to connect with them, like, mentally, like, automatically, because you've been in that situation before, you know how it feels, and you're like, oh, fuck, man, yeah, I know. So, you know, because I have been in the situation before with what Sayori and Yuri are going through right now, or in Blue Skies, I automatically feel attracted, like, not necessarily like romantically attracted, but like I want, like, you know, I feel like a natural connection between them. Like, yeah, I know how you feel because I know how that, you know, I know how that works because I've had that before as well. So, and now, especially now when I see Yuri, like, thinking like, oh, it's my fault. It's not your fault, Yuri. But yeah, anyway. And then Sayori. Oh, now she did actually show me her poem there, but okay. Oh no, that was Bottles, never mind. I already read that one. Alright, so we'll do, we'll do here, that we'll save on the poem writing page, and then, not the episode, in the next episode we're gonna do the same thing again. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now she must have read it more than once. Is that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously, you'd think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you, you. Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey Mark, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No! I just told her that my voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika, but I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem laying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She skims over it a second time, her smile not fading from her face. I see. At first I thought you liked her writing style, but you wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. It's not like I wrote it for her or anything. I could do that too, Monika. In fact, didn't she like your poem? Didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Mark? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monika's joke at all. I'm not cheating, Monika. I know I'm getting the good ending for you. That's what I'm doing. It's not cheating. How do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monika's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom. Did you read this, Monika? Of course, I liked it. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that. Huh? But Mark wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Mark is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to it. If you insist. What? What are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. See, this is a funny Monika, you know, like a fun teasing in a fun way Monika, and not psychopathing deleting characters from existence Monika. I like this Monika a lot more. Well, I guess Natsuki has my poem now. Not that I really planned on keeping it. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. This is exactly the same as before. What do you mean it's longer than yesterday's? It's exactly the same. She showed me Amy like spider... Or was that on the Sayori ride that I just now played? That must have been on the Sayori ride. Yeah, I guess that's what it was. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. You know, I'm glad you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Okay, everyone, and then we'll skip this again, and we are practicing our poems again, like before. Oh, now she asks if I should walk home with Natsuki. Yeah, let's say one day Natsuki asked to walk home with you. Yeah. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does it thought of that make my heart pound? Okay, it's also interesting. Like, she says Natsuki when I'm on the Natsuki... When I write Natsuki poems. She says Yuri when I write Yuri poems. And she also says Yuri when I write Sayori poems. I guess she can't really say Monika now, can she? The thought of that does not make my heart pound. It does kind of with Yuri, maybe, technically, somewhat, very deep down, but mostly, no. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Ah, you admitted it. Jeez. It's not even any... Okay, yeah, this is exactly the same. It's just a tiny bit that's different. Okay. There. Alright, so... And then we load this one up. And then we write another Sayori poem here. Alright, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. In the next episode, we're going to continue getting all the good stuff done. And yeah, see you then. So subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.